One of the challenges of being in business is the threat or concern about being sued. Even as an investor, it's something you have to think about and prepare for. And one great solution is a prepaid legal plan. I have today Amy, who I've known for a while from Legal Shield. Amy, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Aloha. I'm here in Hawaii,
I'd say
enjoying
you do.
myself as well as doing business.
I'd say you're doing pretty good. You're in Aloha in Hawaii, so we need to figure out how we're all doing better, so we go to Hawaii more often. So we used
Yes,
to go once a year, and then we had our daughter. We haven't been back since, so we got to work on that one.
for
So
sure.
so tell me a little bit about Legal Shield. How did you get involved in the legal prepaid legal service business?
Yeah. So my name is Amy Yoshimitsu. I'm with the Ladies of Justice, which is a division of Legal Seal. So basically, we provide affordable legal and identity theft services. So really, anyone can afford it, and yet everyone will need it, especially if you're investing in real estate, because you sign a lot of documents, contract, that type of thing. There might be some landlord tenant issues. We started about 15 years ago using this service because we started investing in real estate and needed the advice of an attorney. And if you ever wanted to seek the advice of an attorney, most of them is going to cost $500 an hour and require a 10,000 or so retainer fee. And that's pretty much priced a lot of people out. And for me, I'm like, whoa, that's kind of expensive when I don't even know if I need the service or, whatever I need. So then we found out about Legal Shield, found out it was about, $1 to $2 a day. And we could use it as often as we want. So, fast forward, basically, we've ended up buying some apartments, single families with use of the Legal Shield service as well.
Very
So
nice.
it's helped us a lot. And so we wanted to share with other people because we know a lot of people get taken advantage of. They don't really read the details in a contract. And so obviously, if you don't read it, we don't know what your rights are.
So let's talk about kind of what services you're offering. We'll start with the real estate investor. If I'm buying a property and there's contracts, escrow papers and all that, does the attorney review the contract? Is that part of the service or something I pay for? Or how does that work?
Yeah. So you have a service that's pretty all inclusive. It's advice, consultation, document review on unlimited legal matters. So it's a pretty simple process. You call this one toll-free number or on your app now. It's so modern. We have a Legal Shield mobile app that you just tap the app. You get access to your attorneys. They'll respond within 4 hours once you submit your thing. And if it's a documented contract that you reviewed, obviously they need to research it, review it thoroughly before they contact you. So in a document review is 4 to 5 business days.
And if I'm buying a house, is that included in my standard fee or is that an extra cost?
That's included as standard.
Okay. So what's the standard cost monthly?
It's about $44.90 a month for the real estate investors. And that includes you, your family member, and your real estate business. So it's not just business related. Obviously, you can get your will done. If you get in a traffic related matter, it covers that as well.
Wow. So that's very inexpensive for basic contracts. And then if I buy a property and I'm going to rent it, do they provide rental documents, or is that extra, or how does that work?
Yes. So if you know legal forms, there are millions of them out there on the web. Basically, the law firm will ask you, go to this place, download the form, because the form, they're not going to start from scratch with it. The agreement consists of this, this, this. They don't need to start that way. So you get a form, you basically fill out that legal document, and then they will review and edit. Because a lot of times it's not just what's in the form that's required, it's what should be in there is not in there that you wouldn't know about. And that's where the legal advice comes in. So it protects you. So this document then is to protect you. If you sign a document, that document is protecting the person who created that document.
So it's a template that we complete, and then they review the template with the modified template to see
Correct.
if it's going to work. Oh, very good.
Yeah. And then on the Legal Shield app, basically there's some forms in there. There's a rental lease agreement in there. There's obviously some other kind of non-disclosure agreements. So there's some other basic form buy and sell agreement, not for real estate, but for just some, for cars or objects and stuff. So you can use those forms. So they have some of the, I guess, most common forms in the app. However, there's forms that, again, they can't have 1,000+ forms in their app. So basically, They tell you where to go get some forms, and basically they'll then review it and accommodate it to your needs.
Got it. How about um, basic estate? Let me go back on real estate investment. LLCs. Oftentimes people buy a property and want to, as an investor, want to put it into an LLC. Do they create corporations and LLCs and such?
Yeah, so their plan consists of helping you form your LLC, not necessarily the other companies. I mean, the S Corp, C Corp, all those other stuff that you might have to pay at a 25% discount. But in terms of the basic cost, it's $149 flat rate. They will form your entity, so you'll get your tax ID number. They'll do a name search to make sure that it's not taken. They'll give you articles of organization, also operating agreement. Those are all included as well.
Wow. Great.
And it's
So
usually for a single member LLC.
so it sounds like a fairly complete package for a basic real estate investor on their own. Talk a little bit about companies. You know, I'm a small business. In my case, I don't have employees, so I'm still maybe a little smaller. But once you get to where you have a couple employees on staff and you have, you know, customers possibly with legal matters, is there a corporate package that's more inclusive, or how does that work?
Yeah, so there's the family plan that's also included with the home-based business, as we had talked about as a real estate investor. So you would be considered a home-based business. And with that, you also have a trial and pre-trial hours. So in case of a lawsuit, you're covered for so many hours as well. So that's a huge savings. You know, unfortunately, we've been sued being landlords. So that saved us, I think, $26,000 in legal fees just because we had the plan for so long. So that's another benefit of having the service. And in terms of, that's one part of the plan, is the home base, you know, family, that type of thing. Not really one of those, it's not a Starbucks franchise or anything that way. And then basically you do have a business plan that covers a small business where you do have employees, you have a brick and mortar, could be a mom and stop floor shop, could be a dentist, a doctor's office, that type of thing, would have a small business plan. And they kind of range anywhere from $49 a month to about $169, I think.
Wow.
So it depends on the needs, because, you know, businesses have different needs. So businesses might have more related issue with regarding employment law. They might have issues regarding debt collection, that type of thing. And the larger plans does include lawsuit protection as well, if someone's concerned about being sued with their business. So I think, in a sense, every single legal need you need, whether you're a home-based person, individual family person, or a bigger business, it has to have less than 100 employees, though, because we're not dealing with, like I said, like an IBM or Apple store, right? Apple company, that's too big. So it'd be 100 or less that this business plan will help cover. We do, though, for those large companies, we do have what's called employee benefits. So if you are involved, I mean, work for a large company, we can bring it into that company and provide this at a discount for the employees if you have 100 or more employees. So you can even get a discount depending on where you work.
Well, great. Well, I think, you know, Amy, I've known of your company for quite a while. I think I've known one of your colleagues or partners or associates, and I think it's great value, and particularly for a new real estate investor who these things are new to, it's a great way to get some protection. If somebody wanted to reach out to you and find out more or sign up for a legal plan, what's the best way to get in touch with you guys?
You can call our office. That might be a bit easier because it's always on. So the phone number is 888-952-2744. So again, it's 888-952-2744. You can also go to our website, which is my partner's website. That might be easier. Her name is Lois Thorelkel. So she and I are partners in a lot of this thing, and as well as investors. And the website would be golsnow.com. So golsnow.com, golsnow.com. That's a website. So you can kind of go through all the different plans and what is covered, not covered in more detail than we have to discuss here. But, you know, all I can say is we've had, as members, it's not just for the beginning, but also more experience, because who wants to pay $500 an hour when you can get a whole year of service and you can have unlimited issues addressed? I mean, like I said, I'm sometimes call them 3 or 4 times a day. I think I know the whole law firm because I call them about corporate law, state planning attorney, consumer law. What else I have talked about? I guess identity theft issues. I think I've talked to 10 or 12 different areas of law in several different states. So it's not just California that you're covered for. So if you have a property in Indiana, North Dakota, Nevada, Arizona, wherever, even Texas, basically you have access to those attorneys as well for the same monthly fee. And so as an investor, basically you're not limited to just California, whereas if you went to a traditional attorney, that California attorney can only talk to you about California law. Then you have to hire another lawyer at $500 an hour to talk about a property in Texas. So then if you think about it, if you have more than one property in different states, your bank account is going to be pretty much very whittled down to practically nothing by the time you talk in long legal fees.
Could be. Well, look, nobody wants to talk to an attorney, and many attorneys are more than $500 an hour these days. So it's great value. It's a great way to at least limit your expenses overall. So we'll have in the chat box information, the phone number 888-952-2744, and the website, which is Go LS Now, for Go Lois Superstar Now.
There you go.
And we'll put that in the description as well.
That's awesome.
Fantastic.
Yes, that'd be
Amy,
great.
thank you so much for your time. It's always great seeing you. I know we see you at the LARIC event every second Thursday in the Culver State area. We see you and or Lois there. You have a booth. So if somebody's interested, they can come by and see you in person and maybe get more information in person, right?
Yeah, for sure. And feel free to call us. I mean, we're pretty friendly. We know the information. We can definitely help you and save so much money, time, and then have peace of mind. It's just so nice not having to worry about what do I do about this situation or that situation, right? You just pick up the phone or tap your app. Your attorney comes on.
Amy, thank you so much for your time today. I appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Have a great day and aloha.
Aloha.